what's up with the Temple fam? It's your boy MJ
and T,
and we are here today to answer some of our most frequently asked questions. Alright, so it's been 6 months since we started this YouTube page, and it's actually been 10 years since we opened the temple, and we've just hit 1,000 subscribers, so we thought we'll use this opportunity to answer some questions for a change. So here we go. I'm sure you're gonna find this pretty interesting. If we miss any questions of yours, be sure to drop them in the comment box below, DM us via Instagram, or hit us up on our website. As Laurie Myers said, if you want the answers, ask the questions. All right, T, you ready?
Yeah.
First up, we get asked all the time, can you speak Chinese? Can you speak Chinese?
Of course, easy. 你好，你是谁？我是小天。
你好，你是谁？我是小天。Very good, T. 当然可以讲中文。Obviously, Tian is half Chinese and we speak Chinese at home all the time, and I spent about 5 years at the Shaolin Temple and mastered my Chinese. Wouldn't say mastered, but I'm close.
我的妈妈天天说，你干嘛？你的中文不好啊。
Alright, next one we have, and I get asked all the time, how long have you been studying Shaolin? I'll go first and then T, you can answer. I started to train Shaolin when I was 11 years old. When I was 16, I moved to China and studied for 4 or 5 years at the temple there. And then obviously since moving back to the UK, I'm still training and practicing. So it's been around 21 years for me. How about you, T?
I've been training for around 50 years.
50?
I'm joking. I've been training since I was born, and yeah.
Interesting, yeah. T has been training since the day he was born. He's been surrounded by the temple family, you know, his Kung Fu brothers and sisters, growing up with them. He learned his first flip, before he could even really walk. He was flipping on the bed, doing bridges and jumping over, doing headstands and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, his journey has been about 10, 11 years, which is his entire life. All right, next one. Are you a Shaolin monk? The answer to this one is no. I lived in China at the Shaolin Temple. I'm a disciple of Shaolin martial arts, but I never took vows to become an actual monk. All right, next one. Can you train me? Can I train you? Yes, I get asked this question all the time. We run the temple, and that's what we built this place for, is to help people like you learn and develop through Shaolin martial arts. So check out temple.london and find out how you could get involved, train here at the temple or online. Next one, I think this one is for you, T, more so. What does it feel like to flip on your head? What does it feel like?
Or sometimes if it's clean, it just feels easy. But sometimes if you mess up a little bit, it doesn't hurt that bad, but it just feels like someone just smacks your head.
And that doesn't hurt that bad.
It doesn't hurt that much.
Flipping on your head, you have to be real careful. I could flip on my head as well, mainly forwards, and it's the exact same principle as back flipping on your head. You just have to learn the technique. Like with anything in life, the technique has to be on point, especially when you're flipping on your head. If you do it wrong, you get a lot of weight on your head, you just get a really sore neck. So yeah, make sure you take your time if you're ever gonna work on things like head flips and back head flips. Yeah, always use mats. All right, which you don't get to use when you're in China. And China is just straight up on the dirt, on the concrete, and you learn the hard way.
Like, I want to learn how to do back head flips, and we're like, okay, do it. We're like, what?
No. It's more like you are learning back head flips, and then you're like, what? And then it's like, yep, boom, and that's how you learn. All right, next one. How often do you train? We train all day, every day.
Yeah. 24 hours, no bedtime.
No bedtime. Now, yeah, we train a lot. Obviously, this is our life, so you know we're training throughout the day, and that might be things like intense training, acrobat training, stretching, meditation, lots of different pieces. But generally speaking, we're training throughout the day. But if you wanted to give it a number, it would definitely be every day of the week, and probably anything between 2 to 4 hours a day. Next question is, are you a master? And I guess that one is focused in on me. And the answer to that question, like with being a monk, is no. In the Shaolin martial arts, especially when you're training in China, there aren't really levels, so to speak, like becoming a master. If you run a school, probably your students will call you Shifu, which means master, but the only person I really ever called Shifu was the abbot of the Shaolin temple, and everyone else around that were either teachers or coaches or even elder brothers. Everyone here at the temple just calls me elder brother, regardless of age. It's not linked into age, it's linked into level. So I am Dago, which just means big brother. In terms of wanting to be a master, I just want to train for the rest of my life, and I don't feel that I will ever reach a level where I can say that I can be a master, because there's always another level, there's always something you can add, and that's what motivates me, the journey, not the destination. Next one is, do you miss China? I guess we can both answer that one. You can start, T. Do you miss China?
Yeah, mostly because lots of my family live there, and have some friends from the temple. And there's the abbot, which I respect a lot because he used to...
He respects a lot, but the first question was, do you speak Chinese? And when Tien was 4 years old and we went to visit...
Oh yeah, oh my god, yeah. So I respect him, but when I was 4, for some reason, out of nowhere, my mouth just started talking. I went, punchy food.
And I couldn't. we were waiting outside the abbot's room to go and see him on one of our trips to China. And I was like, T, you have to be quiet. And he's like, why? And I'm like, because we're about to go see Shifu. And he said, what? Pong Pong Shifu. And just as he said that, the abbot came out. I'm not sure if he heard, but yeah, the abbot loves T anyway. He's always smiling when he sees him, so I don't think he did hear you. So hopefully you won't see this video. And Pong Pong Shifu means fat master. So he called him the fat master. All right, next question. Actually, I didn't answer it. Do I miss China? Yeah, I miss China. We normally go back every year. Obviously, because of lockdown, we won't be going this year, but we will be going next year. And I love getting out there, training with some of my Kung Fu brothers that I trained with when I was a kid, and also meeting new people and learning new stuff. So yeah, I can't wait to get back out again. Next one is aimed at me, but T, you can answer it because you're training as well, is how long did it take to master the iron fingers? And again, I wouldn't say that I'm a master. I'm still training and developing it and practicing it. Originally, when I lived out in China, it took about 6 months until I was really able to get my first handstand on 2 fingers. And then after that, training for about a year or so, I was able to get 1 finger, and it's on and off. Just like anything else, you have to maintain it. It's not something that you have all the time. If you practice it, it gets better, and if you don't practice it, obviously it slowly diminishes. T's on his journey at the moment.
Yeah, so I've been practicing 2 fingers for about a year. I got 2 fingers on lock. I'm practicing my handstands right now, 2-finger handstands, and I'm also practicing my 1 fingers.
Yeah. And the last and final question, which I get asked an awful lot, is it true you are vegan? I don't know why a lot of people always say, like, is it true you're vegan? As if it's like a lie. I think people assume because I'm pretty big that I couldn't possibly be vegan, but I don't see how being vegan or not really affects your size. Your size in terms of like your muscle mass is more dependent on like protein intake and your macronutrients and how you balance your nutrition with your training, opposed to what diet you're actually on. You can be vegan and be small, you could eat meat and be small, and vice versa. You can eat meat and be huge, and you can be vegan and be way bigger than me. But yeah, I'm vegan, and I've been vegan for about 8 years or so, and before that I was pretty much vegetarian, and T has been vegan since he was about 1 year old.
Yeah,
should we tell him the story?
Yeah, there's a really funny story of how I become a vegan. So I was just at home eating, and then Baba came home.
No, let me tell it, T. You're missing bits, let me tell it. So when T was young, just here at the temple, like I said, we spent a lot of time here. And just local here is a calf, which is kind of my uncle. And T would just munch on chicken nuggets. That was something that he would eat. He would just have a chicken nugget in his hand, and he'd just be nibbling on it for hours. Cold chicken nugget in his mouth. We had frozen chicken nuggets at home. That was just like Tien's little go-to snack. We just put like 2 in the oven, and he'll just be sitting there eating it. And then he started to go to daycare, and he was really excited. He came home, and he was really excited to show me what had happened. And what had happened is his mom had gone to collect him, and she videoed it. And he was like, look, come, let me show you my new friends, Mom. And he started pointing to these chicks, these little yellow chicks, and they had names. He's like, this one is George, this one is Tom, and they're my friends. And I said, T, these are your friends. So he showed me the video. He's like, Baba, watch this. He showed me the video. I said, T, these are your friends? And he said, yes. I took him to the freezer. I said, those are chickens, right, T? And he's like, yeah. I took him to the freezer. I took out the bag, and it said chicken nuggets. And I was like, T, don't you know what these are? And he's like, no, it's food. I was like, yeah, it's food, but where does it come from, T? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, you know, it's chicken nuggets. Obviously, he was like a baby, he's 1 and something years old. He's like, I don't know. I was like, they come from chicken. And he looked at me and he's like, they killed the chickens? They killed my friends? And I was like, yes, T. And he's like, and he had a chicken. I think he might have even had a chicken nugget. He's like, he's looking at it.
How did that?
And from that moment on, he never ate any animal products again. And one of his worst nightmares when he was a kid, in particular going to the Chinese supermarket,
was when we went.
You go into the Chinese supermarkets and you know, they have like hanging ducks and the head and everything is still there. So T started to pick up on this stuff, and we would go to the Chinese supermarket, and it was at the entranceway, and he used to have to run in. He couldn't walk in. He would either stay outside or run past like it was his worst nightmare.
I'll run and I'll close my eyes. I'll be like, sometimes I might hit stuff.
He used to hate going to the Chinese supermarket because of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our reasoning for being vegan, or T's reasoning. And yeah, I am vegan, so I'm sure that answers the question. I think that's about it. So if you enjoyed this video, as usual, smash that like button. Share this video with your friends and family and anyone else who wants to know a little bit more about the modern Shaolin and what it is we do. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, because we release a new video every Saturday at 6 p.m. London time. Be sure to check out temple.london. You can find out a lot more information about us, about the temple, and how you could train here and get started on your journey. Well, until next time, 再见.